Imagine there's no heaven. It's easy if you try. No hell below us, above us only sky. Imagine all the people living for today. I wanted to talk about something here, and it's the reason why I played John Lennon's Imagine. Beautiful song. I wanted to talk about whether or not if the lyrics for Imagine can be possible. See, even the most cynical person would want to live in a world where we give up the old and bring in the new. We want to embrace ourselves, embrace humanity, and love each other. But is that possible? What I'm going to do is I'm going to look at the lyrics for Imagine. I'm going to go buy them over, and I'm going to say whether or not do I think it's possible. Now, if you haven't listened to John Lennon's Imagine, I'm going to put a link for it. Beautiful song. Now, we all know John Lennon being in the Beatles, but I would argue him and don't say I forget his name, George Harrison. Him and George Harrison had the two best solo careers out of all the Beatles. In fact, I'll be honest, I'm not really a big fan of Paul McCartney's solo work, nor am I really a big fan of Ringo Starr's. Don't hate them, they're beautiful people. But I'm just not a fan of their solo careers. I think they were best in the Beatles, but if I had to pick two at least, well, first of all, George Harrison would be my first and John Lennon would be my second. Now, with all that out of the way, let's get to the lyrics. John Lennon pictures the world, or imagines, if you will, a world where religion is done with, the idea of the true spiritual being yourself, and loving others, the idea if only we can get all the governments in the world can somehow get rid of the idea of countries and, all that stuff. And I wanted to talk about if that is possible. And I'm going to throw in the bonus question, should it be possible? Like, is that really a good idea? Now, first of all, let's go through the lyrics. Imagine there's no heaven. Imagine above us only sky, no hell below us, and all that stuff. I think religion is a terror rating, so that's possible probably. That's I forget the total numbers, but millennials, especially Gen Z, and I'm in the Gen Z camp, is dropping religion by Jones, or at least questioning religion. Personally, I don't know if that's a good thing or not. And keep in mind, I'm not like super religious or anything. I'm not like a Bible thumper. But I do think religion can bring us together. But in John Lennon's case, I can understand the idea of letting things go. And like I said, your true... Because there is a difference between religion and spiritual. I will say that. And what do I think is better? Spiritual. But what I will say is religion always gets you in spiritual, so I don't know if that's necessarily a good thing or not. But I could say it is an interesting concept. Okay, now let's go to Imagine There's No Countries. I don't know if that's necessarily a great idea, but let's talk about first if it's possible. I don't know, honestly. And I will be honest, of all the lyrics of the song, this always stood out as weird for me because I get John Lennon was probably a globalist in terms of his way of thinking. I did a video on globalism, and to be honest, I don't really know what to think of it. I understand of everyone coming together and stuff, and it's definitely better than naturalism. But I feel like at the same exact time, I don't know if that's necessarily a good thing if we get rid of all countries, because, I mean, let's be honest, and I am a dead hard liberal, but even I know we have enemies out there, and unless we can get out of that enemy lineup and just say, hey brother, hey sister, let's love each other, I don't know if that's possible or not. Imagine, and here's the most interesting. You may say I'm a dreamer. I'm just throwing this in there because you may say I'm a dreamer, but I'm not the only one. I hope someday you join us, our Brotherhood of Men. I do think, yeah, we're not the only one. He's not the only one, I mean. He's not the only one who believes this. I know, I believe it at one point, you know, at everyone. And it is beautiful to think about, but if you put it in reality basis, I just don't know a lot of the things he said in the song can hold up. And this is where you come in. I want you guys to put in the comment section, do you think it's possible? Because I am going to stand by my word. I don't think so, sadly. And is it good for it? I don't know, honestly. You know what? I'm going to go with probably not. Some things are good, some things are not good in the song. I mean, it is a beautiful picture to think about, oh, imagine this or imagine that, but, you know, with every utopia comes a dystopia. How do we know, like, something bad will happen? Again, let me clarify, I'm not here to destroy the song for everybody. I just want to know, like, is it possible? Okay, have a good day and bye, and tell me.